come in. Did I send the email? Did I actually send the camp email? No, of course not. Oh, no, I am sending the email. Perfect.
You want to see me enter?
No, you're fine. I'll be in a minute.
You gotta go.
Anybody watching?
I don't have anybody else.
There are 5 people.
What did you say?
Hi, friends. It's community, everybody. So I know it was a little bit to get here, but I think everybody we need to settle in and become normal community. Everyone, please be quiet.
Jake? Congaloo! Congaloo! How's everybody doing today?
Pretty good, Commander Cole.
Oh, welcome to family night at Princeton Friends Summer Camp. 3rd time's the charm. Well, kids, let me tell you a little story. I was hired not for my technical prowess, but for my artistic and leadership abilities. I got anxious. See, I set this whole thing up for you all tonight. I put some Easter eggs and things in certain places. I spelled out hi. I've got a worry rock. We'll get into all of that. And I even did a test run with my friend Jack Bathke, who's in theater, to make sure I had this all figured out. And I was all set, and I was outside waiting in my garage to make my big entrance. And I got antsy, and I wanted to see if anybody was watching. Was I going to have any friends joining me? And I logged onto YouTube from my phone to look, and I think that YouTube thought I was trying to goose my own numbers or something. And so it gave me a violation of copyright, which is, or maybe it's just that all those years of song parodies finally did catch up with me. But either way, this seems to be working. Let's hope it holds out. Hello, everybody. Oh, it's just so lovely that I can see Evan's family and Alex's family and James and Juliana's family, and the Pardlows are here. Oh, my Westons. This is great. This is the best birthday present I could have asked for, even if it did take us a little bit of time to get started. And I want to use that as a teaching moment, something we do at camp and community. When something goes wrong, we talk about it and what we learn from it. I was panicking pretty hard. I put in a lot of effort into putting this together for you all tonight. It means a lot to me personally that we have a chance to do this. And so when it went wrong, right at the moment it was going to happen, I started to panic. I wonder if that's ever happened to any of you, that you've been really excited for something and something goes wrong. Maybe that's what maybe you're an 8th grader or a senior in high school or in college and you're feeling that way about the situation right now. I don't know. But for me, my body started to panic. I started to feel my heart rate rise and my chest. And I had to say to myself, calm down, we can fix this. And that's a good reminder for all of us that when things are going screwy, when it seems too much, and that you're just going to give it up and say, forget it, I'll record it, I'm going to lose my mind. You take a deep breath. You know that your community is going to be there for you, even if it means you start 20 minutes late, and you move on with family night. So we are at family night. Jimmy, good to see you.
Good to see you, John.
Good to see you, Miranda. Somebody who has not been to camp very much in the past couple of years, Paul, is joining us. Jack is somewhere upstairs. He's a little camera shy. Stephanie's off. Let's all wave to Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi,
So we are here at family night for a couple of reasons. One, it's my birthday and I'm still the camp director, so I get to make some of these decisions. Two, I am really excited to tell all of you what we're going to be doing for camp this year. Okay? And three, I want to spend a little bit of time indulging in some memories and sharing with you some of my thoughts about camp, because I want to make sure I communicate them to you. And as much as I love writing and sending out journals, I feel like camp is from me to you directly, and this is the best way I could do that. So, we should get started with a cheer. It's my birthday, so I get to pick. So I'm going to call on a cheer. And if you at home know the cheer, you can do it along. Jimmy and Miranda are going to help. Yes?
Oh, of course.
Yes? Okay.
Course.
So I'm going to answer one of the questions I get asked most often right here at the beginning. What is my favorite cheer? My favorite cheer is Salamanders! Are you here? Yeah! All right. Salamanders, salamanders, we're the salamanders and we're really hot. Oh! Salamanders, salamanders, everybody's looking at what we got. We got campers who are crazy and our campers are cool. We love Princeton Friends because we're not in school. Woo! Salamanders, salamanders, slippery and slimy, poisonous and grimy, yellowy and limey, and we're hot, hot, hot. Oh, that was fun. I needed that.
Woo! It's been a while since I've done a cheer, John.
Well, so the Salamanders cheer, I wrote for the last unit I was a unit director on. Mm-hmm. And that was in 2005?
Yeah.
2005.
There's a way we can check.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. I know that a lot of you who are watching this video are particularly interested in what's happening at camp this summer. So I'm gonna do that now, and we'll talk about that for about 5 minutes or so. I'm gonna put some timestamps down below, so if you're here for a specific thing you want to see and you're watching this later, you'll be able to get to the information you want. But it was not my plan to be departing the camp, and it was not my plan for us all to be under quarantine right now, but we find ourselves in an unusual situation. And I know that I need some camp in my life. I know that all of you do, and so I know many of you were waiting eagerly to hear if camp would be open or not. The good news is that camp is going to happen. The challenge is we can't do it face-to-face, person-to-person at Princeton Friends School. We do not have confidence that we can do that safely. We do not have confidence that we will be allowed to do that legally. And we have to make decisions weeks in advance in order to prepare everything to provide you with a safe and fun camp experience. So we need to start preparing now. and we have been. We are going to be shifting our program for this summer to something new that I have been working on with a couple of my staff, and I'll tell you who they are in a minute. We are calling this Princeton Friends Camp at Home. In our survey that we sent out, which many of you completed, and I really appreciate that, it really helped us with our decision making and our planning. Many of you indicated that you really wanted camp to be live and in person. But a lot of people also said that having some form of camp online would be better than nothing. And in fact, not just better than nothing, but really fun. And there were a lot of activities that people wanted to experience this summer, whether it's community or village or arts and crafts projects or the weekly themes. We've got 10 amazing weekly themes lined up, and we don't want to miss them, and we don't want you to miss them. So every morning for the 10 weeks of camp, from 9 o'clock in the morning till noon, we will be offering Princeton Friends Camp at Home.
Woo woo!
Yes. We will have 6 units to start with. If more people want to join, we can expand. We've got a group of counselors who are some rock star counselors, some from years past, some current. I can't tell you who they are just yet because I'm still finalizing a couple names, but we'll send you an email next week letting you know exactly who's coming back. What are we going to do? What are we going to do at Princeton Friends Camp at Home? Well, we're going to have community. Every day is going to end with community. Jimmy and Courtney are working together right now to develop theme appropriate activities and characters and storylines. So there's going to be community. You're all going to get to join. The counselors are going to have characters and interact, and we're going to have that fun together to end our days. Well, what are we going to do before that? Well, we're going to be providing 2 activities. Some of them are going to be familiar: village, learning cheers, arts and crafts projects. Some are going to be tied into the weekly themes. Courtney and Jimmy are working on those as well. I'm going to talk to Jimmy about that in just a minute. And we're going to begin each day with a unit meeting so that we can have a smaller group setting where campers can talk to each other, work on ideas for skits and things, and find a way to have both the small unit community and the larger camp community. That's going to run every day, Monday through Friday, including July 3rd. I know, it's the first ever. Starting and following the same schedule we were already following the same themes we were following. Now, if you were really looking forward to those themes, but you're not going to be able to join us this year, or you're going to join us, but you were still hoping to do some of those themes in person, no worries. According to our calendars, next summer looks to be a 10-week summer as well, and we're going to keep the same themes so that we can get the best of both worlds. Why have to pick? Why not both? So let's pause there for a minute. Jim, what are the kinds of activities you and Courtney are talking about having campers do?
Well, John, what's a big part of camp?
Village.
We're still going to do village. We're going to do village. Now, it might be a little different. It's going to maybe it's outside. Maybe it's in your bedroom. But you are going to build a village at your house. Mm-hmm. You're going to check in with your group every day. You're going to share that. And I think that's going to be a really fun and unique way to use the imagination aspect of village as well as the creative part of it together in a new space, and really a great opportunity to make some cool stuff happen.
So like a normal day of camp might be that a kid, camper, at 9 o'clock starts with, thanks, Jess, I'm glad you caught it, starts with their unit. They have a meeting, they talk about their activities, they share some ideas about the theme, maybe a short story. Then they break off. They do 2 activities. Maybe they go to their at-home village in their backyard, their basement, their attic, their bedroom, their closet, the TV room, right? Maybe they've got their own worry rock. It could be a big rock like this. It could be a painted rock. Miranda and I made this one together for her birthday last year. And then their second activity could be, writing a poem or a song parody, or it could be an arts and crafts project, or it could be coming up with the costume for your character for the weekly theme, right?
John, there's going to be lots of that. There's going to be a lot of in-theme type of activities. We're also not going to forget some of the things that make camp camp. We are going to keep the spices, okay? Spices are going to be a big part of this.
Yeah.
Me and Courtney have been talking. We don't want to lose that. We love the spices. So the spices will be at camp. And I am just so excited to go on this adventure and to create this new and exciting thing here. Would we want to be in community in the woods? Would we want to be in the village in the woods? Of course. But let's make some lemonade out of these lemons.
Lemonade is a fantastic summer camp beverage.
It's the best.
So I'm glad you guys are working on that. And I, for those of you who don't know, Jimmy is my brother.
Oh yeah, hi guys.
And he and I live together.
We're still practicing social distancing
for the next couple of months anyway. And so I've been able to hear the conversations he's been having with Courtney about this summer, and I got to tell you, these two are phenomenal. That you are in good hands with them in Princeton Friends Camp at home. I'm going to send out more information about that tomorrow, but now I want to talk about the afternoon because we've got a whole other half of the day. And the other thing we heard from families was that you really wanted us to sort of think outside the normal Princeton Friends Summer Camp box because this is a new situation. So if we can't do some of the things that we normally would do at camp, what could we do now that we can't normally do at camp because we don't have the space or the time or whatever? Well, I've been working with Sam, and we have put together a new afternoon program from 1 to 4 every day that's called Princeton Friends Summer Enrichment. All right? Princeton Friends Summer Enrichment is going to be fantastic. It's still growing, but right now, here's what we have. Art Camp will be happening. Zoe and Sam are going to be running Art Camp Monday through Friday from 1 to 4 in the afternoon every day. All the first 9 weeks of camp. All right? You can sign up for individual weeks. You could sign up for camp in the morning and Art Camp in the afternoon. You could sign up for Firuze's American Sign Language course.
What?
Firuze is going to be offering, it's a 3-week course, 1 hour a day. It's going to be 2nd and 3rd, 4th and 5th, and 6th through 8th, 3 different classes. Chad Costa is going to be joining us. Yeah, Chad. It was great talking to him, by the way. I love any chance I get to talk to Chad. Chad is going to be running 2 script writing sessions. Script writing sessions with him where you can come in, you can work on a script. He's going to help you edit it. He's going to help you put it together. If you don't know Chad was our drama camp director for a long time. He has a lot of experience writing scripts quickly within a week. But he's going to give the students 2 weeks. So it's going to be a 2-week script writing program. And we've got some other things in the works, folks. We're talking to robotics teachers. We've got some math programming we're looking at. I've heard some music theory classes are being considered. I'm going to have to roll this out slowly between now and the end of June. I'll have what's available in June ready for you to go tomorrow when we launch registration. And then I'll be adding things over the next couple of weeks as I secure folks. What's really exciting about this is because it's distance, we can invite people to be counselors who might not be able to be counselors if we were operating in person. Chad can't come back to camp and run a script writing class physically, but he can do it at a distance. So you might see some folks, familiar faces from camp, who you haven't seen in a while, offering some pretty interesting courses.
Nice.
So we'll keep you up to date. Sam is going to be running that. Yes, Courtney and Jimmy are going to be in charge of the morning program. I don't want to say if they've got a title or not yet because I'm not the head of school at Princeton Friends. That'll be for Angela and Melissa to figure out what they're called.
But send your letters.
But Courtney and Jimmy are the two who are coordinating that. My plan, just so you all know, I am not leaving this community. I'm just leaving New Jersey. And I'm leaving this job. I'm going to be still connected. I might pop in from time to time in community. I'm available to Jimmy, Courtney, and Sam to help support from a distance. But I have to tell you, I'm not worried at all. We have a phenomenal staff at Princeton Friends Summer Camp. It's not just a good camp director. I look good because they are good. My staff is the best camp staff that I have ever met. I would say that just about any year that I have worked at this camp, and especially right now. They get stronger and stronger every single year. So I am walking away, but not scared at all about what's going to happen. I'm excited. I'm going to sign my kids up for this because it sounds like a lot of fun. If there's going to be an online version of Princeton Friends Summer Camp, it's going to be a darn good version of Princeton Friends Summer Camp. That's my promise to you. So tomorrow, registration is going to go live at noon. Anyone who has previously registered for camp this summer, we're going to cancel your registration. Your payment will remain on your account. If you sign up for these new programs, you'll be able to check out, say, use credit on file, and we'll apply that, and then we'll give you a refund for the balance, or we'll keep that on file for you if you want to use that credit next year. If this doesn't appeal to you, and you're going to just need that refund, we'll send out information about how to process that as well. It is our commitment not only to deliver a great summer program to you, but to support all of our families through this. We recognize that different families have different needs. For some of you, this programming is going to be fantastic and you're going to be on board. For some of you, this isn't going to work and you're going to need a refund. We get that. We just ask that you are patient with us as we process these requests. We're going to attempt to do them in large batches so as to avoid lots of big processing fees and things like that. If you have any questions, email camp@PrincetonFriendsSchool.org. Start getting into that habit, camp@PrincetonFriendsSchool.org. And look for that email tomorrow morning with lots more information. Camp shirts. I'm going to leave that question up to Courtney, Jimmy, and Sam. We'll get you information about that. No promises, but if we can make something happen, we'll see what we can do. We have to think a little creatively this year. In terms of price points, I'll just leave you with that. A week of Princeton Friends Camp at home, our morning program will be $75. The afternoon programs range from $175 to $250, depending on the number of hours and the number of weeks. All right. What color is the shirt this year? I don't know that. That's not going to be my decision to make. I'm going to hand that off to somebody else.
Stay tuned.
All right. So that's the business side of things. I'm so glad I can get my Dunkin' at home. It's not the same thing as getting it live and in person, but it's nourishing and it keeps me hydrated.
Yes.
I couldn't find the word. Sorry.
Yeah. Yes.
So, normally on family night, I go through all of the different traditions at camp.
That's a lot.
I talk about community, how we are a community, how we're in community, and how we're experiencing the activity community. I talk about the importance of settling in, how we're all like snow globes, and when we settle, everything falls down and we can see clearly to that geodesic sphere that is Epcot Center's spaceship Earth. That's over in the China cabinet. Thank you, Courtney, Fruze, and Justin, and staff. We talk about the buffalo symbol. We talk about Kungaloosh. I give a couple of Kungalooshes. I'll give a couple right now. I can't get my YouTube stream to work. Kungaloosh. 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 It's my birthday, and I can't wait to go enjoy the present Jessica sent over to me after I'm done with this. Kungaloosh! Kungaloosh! And there's also how deeply touched I am that a bunch of you would take time out of your lives to join me tonight. 74 people. Oh, my God. Wow. Kungaloosh! Kungaloosh! Oh, yes, it's my birthday, May 14th. I'm a Taurus. You may have noticed I'm stubborn. That has come up from time to time.
No!
I also will talk about the themes and what's happening next year. We've already done that. So I need to fill some time. So I went around my house today. Oh, by the way, welcome to my house. Let me tell you a little bit about it. This house was actually purchased by my grandfather from his best friend, who was the original owner. My family has lived in it ever since. My father, my uncles grew up here. My uncle raised his daughter in this house. I purchased it from my grandfather shortly before his passing. There's a lot of memories in this house for me, and I'm really happy and feel very fortunate that Jimmy's going to be able to stay here and take care of it while we're away in Iowa. So we'll always have a place to come back in case we want to visit camp or anything in the future. I don't know. We'll see. No promises. But around this house are all sorts of different camp artifacts. I talk about the camp archives, the camp vault sometimes. I guess this is probably it. So let me show you a few things from my camp archives, and I'll tell you a few stories. And if you were only here for the information about camp this summer, rewind a little bit or bounce. I'm fine with that. But for those of you who want to stay and hang out for a little bit, let's do this. Woo! I showed you my collection of worry rocks. This rock, this big one, came from a rock garden that my grandfather had built in the backyard that I turned into a fire pit. I wrote hi just because I wanted to do some lashing. This is good lashing, by the way. I used butcher's twine to do it. I wouldn't recommend switching over at camp. Swizzle twine is probably still the best way. But if you're stuck at home and you need to lash something for camp, make your own village, your parents' butcher's twine probably would work, but I'd get their permission first.
Right.
Couple of things. I got some hats. This hat is the Spices hat. This was given out to people who were in the Every Community Club during our last 10 weeks. There were only 4 or 5 of us who got this. I was one of them. Jimmy, were you one of them?
I was not that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but
Sam was one of them. I know that. I know one of the twins. Was it Athena or Adeline who was one? Or was it? No, it wasn't those twins. It was your other friend twins. It was no, the other girls. They moved down. Oh, I know their names. I can picture their faces.
Yeah.
No, the older twins above that. The 1 year above that were in Jack's class the first year. Oh, my Lord. Anyway, I know who you are. I can remember you. Stephanie's going to shout out their names in about 5 minutes. Anyway, but on the inside here, there's a name tag. I don't know if you can make it out.
It's Anna and Greta.
Anna and Greta. Timmy. Yes, this was Timmy's hat.
Wait, that was Timmy's hat?
This was Timmy's hat. I don't know how I got it.
Why do you have Timmy's hat?
I don't know how I got it, but I got Timmy's hat. Anna and Greta, yes, thank you. And I think it was Greta who got it. Thank you. This hat I gave to a camper. I had to grow my hair out long for a production of Grease, and I didn't like the way it looked. And I bought this hat. I didn't like wearing hats. It was a Spider-Man hat. It's pretty cool. There's a note on it. I'm going to read you the note. I gave this to a student at Princeton Friends who was a camper who became a counselor. They went by the name of Mara back then, but today I call them Dennis. For Jack, when his head gets big enough, I made sure it stayed in the same condition it was in when you gave it to me in first grade. So this was a really special gift to me when I started back at camp, and this and Denise was older, and I showed it to Jack today, and he said he's ready to wear it. So we're going to give this to him to wear out on our trip. I've got this hat. A lot of people give me grief for the year that I made sand the color of the T-shirt.
I love sand.
But I will point out there was one year that my predecessor, close friend and mentor, Rip Peloton, made hats the shirt of the year.
That was the year I was
Yeah, it was the year Stephanie worked at camp. Yeah, everybody in my family's been affiliated with camp. These hats got lost. They got mixed up. He couldn't get enough of them in the same color, so he broke the camp into like 4 different groups, and some had white. Can you imagine having a white hat at camp? Some of us had sand color. These are a very rare commodity in terms of the camp accoutrement. We're going to put that back there. I've got some other things here.
John, you've worn many hats.
I have some pictures that I'm going to put in my new office. This one is my favorite superhero. Maybe you've seen his movies. I got a signed picture from him. That's Campman right there. He's such a cool guy. I don't know. I don't think I'll get to see much of him anymore, but I really like Campman a lot. This is a picture. For a brief time, I worshiped the Greek gods and goddesses. Here's a picture of Zeus and Hera, and that was either Hestia or Demeter. That I'm not sure if they but there's that. And then for the past several years, Feruze and Jessica and Sam, and I'm not sure who else is involved, have been making just the most fantastic gift for me every year. It's really become something that I really cherish. It's just a simple picture, but over time it becomes more than that. These are all of the camp staff children.
Upside down.
Is it upside down? You can see the shirt from each year. I know this isn't great. Maybe I know Feruze's probably killing me that I'm showing her kids pictures online. But what's she gonna do? Fire me?
Find it.
These pictures mean the world to me. When I'm having a rough day, I look at them, and I remember what it's all for, and it gets me through. So those will be coming with me. Let's see what else we got here. We've got, I have a first edition Campman Chronicles. I don't know if you've ever seen this before. This is a fantastic book. They knew I was a fan of Campman, so they got me his first graphic novel. Oh, it's so cool.
Now who's in that? What superheroes are in that?
So this was the Camper X trilogy, the original one. This is a collectible. And this was 3 parts. Part 1, the plot to destroy Campman. Part 2, Camper X Unleashed. And Part 3, Redemption. It's a great book. You can find a copy at Barnes & Noble. I recommend picking it up.
Is there a really cool other superhero in there with like a mask and like a fish theme?
No, that's just a red herring.
Did somebody say red herring?
Nobody said red herring. So I've been given a couple of gifts from families over the years, and there are 3 that live near my piano. I'll share these with you. This book, this has been given to me actually multiple times, and I have given copies to other families. This is Roxaboxen. It's a great book that really speaks to some of the heart of the play of village at camp. It's worth picking up if you've got kids who are still reading storybooks, or if you yourself can appreciate a good storybook, or if you ever see it in Barnes & Noble or in a store or a library, give it a read. It's worth it. It reminds you a lot of camp. I was given this album by Sari Pankey, who gave it to me for school. But the thing is, I think there's a lot of folks at camp for whom Fiddler has a special meaning too. And Sari went on to become a camp counselor. So I count it. And it sits on my piano behind my awards and stuff. But this means as much to me. And then this gavel was given to me by the cast of Inherit the Wind that I directed at Kelsey. Now, why would I bring that up? Well, what was fantastic about that experience was that several camp families were involved. The Zisks were involved. Alex and Matt were there. The whole Burkander family was there. You might know Ollie and Maggie from camp. And it was so cool to have campers on stage in a show that I was directing outside of school. So this gavel reminds me of that and of the fantastic cast I had for that show. That was a really fun experience. And they got me this gavel, which I love. I don't know. It just feels right. Maybe I should be a judge someday. Guys,
Go on
lost
stage.
over there.
Go on stage.
I have two more artifacts for you. We're gonna have some fun with this. So the first one I'm going to show you is the original. like old school original, like old school 1990, 91, 92 maybe, performance plaque. We didn't used to do spices on Friday. We used to do partners, and the P in partner stood for performance. And it was kind of, we usually gave it Rip, Feruze, and I, or Jessica, or whoever was assistant camp director at the time. We would meet on Friday and we would try to assign the different ones. And performance for me was always really about good skits in community and overall behavior. So that was the one I wanted my unit to get when I was a Salamander unit director. And then the other thing you try to do is you try to spell out partners over the summer. Like you'd say to your unit, okay, we haven't gotten attitude yet. Why is that? Let's talk about that. At least I did with the oldest unit. I don't know that I do that with kindergartners. But anyway, it was a lot of fun. But I do feel like changing to spices really is what made the camp sort of transcend to something else. Because I never heard anyone ever talk about the partners during the school year. Like no one ever said, oh, I wrote my college essay about partners. I'm sure it meant a lot to a lot of campers, and it was great. And I loved the way Rip used to do it. He used to make it like a game show every week. And you'd sit there and lose them. But, spices. I mean, that's really the heart of Princeton Friends Summer Camp in so many ways. Simplicity, peace, integrity, community, equality, and stewardship. Get ready for an amazing segment. Stewardship. Speaking of stewardship, before she left camp, Sammy Parody gave me this gift. Now, I haven't decided yet if I'm keeping this or if I'm going to entrust this to Courtney and Sam or if we're going to make a copy, but this is the Cheer Bible. This is a copy of all of the cheers from camp with this amazing note from Sammy. Those of you who write me notes, I want you to know that as poor as I am at communicating, I do read them, and they mean the world to me. I've received some this week that they made a huge difference in my day, so thank you. But this starts in 2002, and it goes all the way up to 2019. So I was thinking we would play a little game.
What's this game, John?
This game is called You Pick the Year,
Okay.
I Pick the Cheer.
Oh, boy.
So Jimmy's going to pick a year.
Woo! Okay.
Okay?
All right.
And I'm going to pick a cheer from that year,
All right.
and I'm going to call on it, and we're going to see if Jimmy can do it.
Ooh,
Okay? So,
okay.
buckle in, friends. Jimmy, pick a year between 2002 and 2019.
All right, I'll take Harris's request. 2016.
2016.
Please be kind. Okay.
2018. We're going back in time. We go back in time.
Hey, don't sing that. We'll get hit.
No, that's probably why I got copyright.
This might end because these cheers.
All right, 2016.
Okay.
That is the year. Can anybody type in chat what the theme was for the groups that year? You don't say. Anybody know what the unit? Oh, hold on. All right. Okay, I'm gonna give him an easy one. It was not jobs. It is musical instruments.
Yep.
Izzy got it right.
Yeah, Izzy.
I think this is yours.
All right.
Guitars. Are you here?
Yeah. Okay. Ain't nothing ever gonna break us down. Oh no, let's go. Guitar crazy, burning, man. Guitar cooks, burning, splashing, swimming all day long, hanging in the sun. Woo woo. Guitar crazy, burning. Guitar cooks, burning, jamming in community, make you move your guitars. Yeah.
You can get us flagged. All right, we're gonna do two more of these. If you guys like this, maybe I'll leave the book here, and then Courtney can do it with Jimmy this summer in community.
Oh boy. Okay.
Right, that would be fun, right? If I give Courtney the book, she can play this game with Jimmy, and then the next week he gets to play it with her.
Okay, that's okay.
Oh, I kind of want to come in. I would lose at this game. I would lose this game.
I'm going to.
Oh, accordions. Do you know the accordions, Chair?
No.
Okay. All right, pick another year.
All right, let's go old school.
Oh,
Let's
jeez.
go 2005.
Whoa. I got a cheer that I know. Well, you know the cheers more than me. I have never been good
I'm
at
just.
memorizing the cheers.
We mentioned 2005. Let's see if we can get a cheer from there.
Can you do the Chipmunks cheer? Chipmunks, are you here? No. Yes.
All right, what's in it? What's it?
Take me out to the Friends Camp. Take me out to the woods. Buy me some ice cream and quarry snacks. We don't care if we ever get back, 'cause it's cheer. Cheer, cheer for the Chipmunks. If we don't have fun, it's a shame. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes. Time out at the Friends Camp game. Chipmunks. Chipmunks.
Who was the counselor that year? Was that Friends?
I don't know.
We'll get.
That's all right. Pick another year. Pick another year. Another year. Pick one closer, because we got a lot of young kids.
Okay. Let's do 2017.
2017. When I was 2017,
It was a very good.
I ran a very good camp. All right. Oh boy.
Okay.
2018.
The cringe is always
Oh
good,
my
friends.
gosh.
Okay.
I don't even.
Saying that's cringe is cringe.
How about the Rock Hoppers? Do you know the Rock Hoppers?
Start me off.
Almost Heaven, Broad Beach Swim Club.
No, let me see the lyrics. I forgot the cheer, John. Life is old. I'm just gonna start singing Old Country Road.
Rock Hoppers, Almost Heaven, Broadmead Swim Club, Building Village, playing at the playground. Life is old there, older than the trees. Learn about the spices in community. Take me home, Quaker Road, to the place I belong. Princeton Friends Camp, we're rock hoppers. Take me home, Quaker Road.
Waddle, waddle, waddle.
All right. This might not work. So, we all right, sit back.
Jack, do it again.
I will take 2 or 3 Ask John questions in the chat. You can put them in. We're gonna bring this to a close. We're gonna do Ask John, and then we're gonna wrap up. All right. Yeah, I missed that harmony too. I was like just slightly off. Some common questions that I get asked. Okay. I often get asked, "What is your favorite color, and what is your favorite color camp shirt?" My favorite color is green, emerald green to be specific. My favorite color camp shirt, though, I do love the green shirt. It's the one that I would want to wear to the grocery store or wherever. But the purple shirt is the one I wear all the time because the logo just pops. And I feel like if I'm going to be doing something like this or at camp, or I want people to know where I'm from because I'm proud of it. And so, Princeton Friends, I like the purple shirt.
Harris is trolling you.
Harris is trolling me. What's he saying?
Sand.
Sand! Harris! All right. Any questions? Are there any questions from the group? I'm going to keep going here. My favorite cheer, I already said, was the Salamanders. Emus is my second favorite cheer.
You check-in.
Oh, yeah, we can do that. We can do that. I'll do the first part, you do the second part.
Okay, go for it.
Emus, are you here?
Yeah!
Emu check-in.
What?
Emu check-in.
What?
E-M-U. Emu. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when you are an emu? We like to play in the village and run in the fields all day. We kind of look like an ostrich, but we only have 3 toes. What? Emu. Woo!
You have a question from the chat.
A question from the chat. What is what? Emu. Woo!
You have a question from the chat.
A question from the chat. What is it?
What's a theme that you haven't done in a long time but want to do soon from Alex?
Oh, a theme that I haven't done in a long time, but that I want the camp to do soon. A theme that I think we never got quite right, that I think we could do better now. Humor in community, and you don't want to do nations and then make fun of the different nations. That doesn't really work. So, but I think if we could find an interesting way to celebrate different cultures from around the world, and bring in some fun sports and games and things from around the world, I think that would be a really fun theme, and I think it works particularly well during an Olympic summer when the Olympics are happening during camp, so that you can tie those things together and run the Camp Olympics at the same time. But I think that's going to require somebody with a little more world knowledge to put together. But I think it would be a really great theme. And
Have you ever had chicken fajitas?
I think I probably have had chicken fajitas, but I can't recall a specific time when. Does that seem weird? Like, I feel like I know I have, but I don't know that I could even describe what a chicken fajita is. I'm not really big on Mexican food. I have kind of like a weird rumbly stomach, so anything spicy doesn't work for me. And certain cuisines are often spicy, so not necessarily. But any other questions? 18 subscribers. I know, man. I know. What can I say? I'm going to keep the videos coming after I move. I have a bunch of different things I'd like to do. I'd like to do some musical theater things. I'd like to do something I'm calling the Continuing Adventures of Campman.
Ooh.
We'll see. Of course, that's intellectual property, and that gets thorny. Excellent, Kyle. Yeah, I'm going to get some stuff out for you guys. I want to stay connected to this community. I think that's a good transition. So if there aren't any, what was this year's theme going to be? Are you talking about the units? If you're talking about the units, I will let you in on a camp secret. I'm going to let you behind the curtain of how camp operates.
You sure you should do this?
I'm going to do this because I like to be honest whenever I can during Ask John.
All right.
I don't know what the theme was going to be for the units this year. We don't decide that until training. And the way it works is that the unit directors all come up with these ideas that they crusade for, and then they come into training, and someone like Antonio or Katie Stevenson or whoever is like, look, this could work. Listen to me. Furniture. Items of furniture.
Oh, God.
Models of cars. Human emotions. Vegetables. Right? I never know walking in to camp training what it's going to be. I never know what it's going to be. And then we order dinner. I order pizza for the whole staff. The CITs eat 2/3 of it. And then during dinner, we have kind of like a debate club. And I say to them, make your case. Don't even make a suggestion unless you've got something for you, the unit you, or I, or whatever the tricky letter is for that year. But I'm telling you, these counselors, you all have no idea how dedicated they are. You have no idea how much they love this camp and you all so much. They have arguments online about what the unit names should be and do research to find cool. It's awesome. So I hope that answers your question.
You got another question of will you pass on the tradition of the buffalo walk?
Will I pass on the tradition of the buffalo walk? Does that mean I also have to pass on the tradition of the busted ankle?
Sorry,
I think that when I came to camp, my first job was to make sure that camp ran as well as Rip ran, and that it was familiar to the community, and that it kept the heart and spirit of it and moved it forward. And anything I did, I hope, added and didn't take away. So it is my hope that whoever follows me, or maybe it's a team that follows me, I don't know. I know the school's going to pick somebody good. I know I'm probably going to be able to at least offer some suggestions and help with the training of this person. And it may be somebody we already know, it may not be, but it's going to be somebody who's going to be fun. And it's going to be somebody who's going to be kind. And it's going to be somebody who's going to understand the value of our community and the shared values we call the spices. I promise you that. That is going to happen. I don't see camp changing much for all of you. It's just going to stink for me. And Jack and Miranda. Although, you never know, they may be able to come back and come to camp too. And I hope I'm not a complete stranger.
You won't.
I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but I also don't want to disappear completely. All right. Okay. I want to end by doing something that I usually do at family night, which is say some thank yous. First, I want to thank the Princeton Friends School, the Board of Trustees, Jane Freeman, Nancy Wilson, Chrissy Knight, all who helped me get started at the camp and were real big influences on me. I want to thank Angela DeGraff, who has been a real support for me the past 2 years. All of those leaders really helped me help shape camp into what it is. I want to thank Rip. I love you, bud. I miss you. I wish we were in each other's lives. We haven't been for far too long. Why don't you consider moving to Iowa? It's right up your alley. I can't sell that. You live near a beach. You work on a beach. You keep that. You earned it. I hope I did you proud. I want to thank all of the parents. Some of you I consider my friends. Some of you I just consider really great people, really great allies as we try to make the world a spicier place. I have appreciated all of your notes of support. I have appreciated the moments where you've offered constructive criticism, and I have always felt that you understood why camp was so special and so important for your children. Thank you for entrusting them to us every summer. And I know that you will entrust them to the camp going forward as well, because you know that the community is stronger than any one individual. I want to thank the counselors. Just today, I had the great fortune to write a letter of recommendation for a former counselor, and we were talking, and what I said to them was that, you know, the best part of this job, besides getting to say Kungaloo should have 400 people say it back, the best part of this job, maybe even more than that, is seeing these young people grow into counselors and then fly into the world in roles of leadership in really important places, from the healthcare industry to education. We even have former counselors who work within the military, each in their own way, trying to make the world a kinder and spicier place. And if anything I have influenced remains, I hope it is the work that you all do. If I can have just a portion of that credit, just a little asterisk somewhere at the bottom, be attached to all the phenomenal things you do in the world, I'll take it. I want to thank a few specific counselors. I want to thank Sam. Sam has been at my right hand during the school year and at camp. We didn't always get along so great. We learned how to become frenemies and then friends. And I think of you and your family as my family. You were there for me tonight when I was in a moment of... I love you, and I'm going to miss you. To Jimmy and to Jessica. To Jimmy and to Jessica. Not everybody gets to spend their summers playing with their siblings in the woods. We didn't really get to do that a ton as kids, but we got to do it as adults for over a decade together. And it was so much fun. I love you both so much. I am so proud of what you have done at the camp and at the school and in your lives. And I'm really lucky to have had you at camp with me. And there's a ton of people I would want to thank individually. You might be thinking, "Oh, about me right now," but you're all in my heart. But I can't thank everybody. But there is one last person that I want to thank. The first thing I ever did for Princeton Friends Summer Camp was go to a first aid CPR training in North Jersey with the person, and that was Firuze. And I met Firuze there, and we worked that summer together when no counselors came back. And we became really good friends. We went to see the Simpsons perform live together. That was an experience. I've seen you become a mom, and I've seen your kids grow up and become fantastic members of the camp community and counselors. You have been a rock for me and for this camp during Rip's time as camp director and during mine. And Firuze, I couldn't have done any of this without you. From the bottom of my heart, I love you. I miss you during the school year. And it makes me feel really, really good that you're going to be involved with camp this year, and that I know you're going to be coming back going forward. You are the heart of camp, and everybody knows it. We all love you. Thank you for all that you do. The last thing I want to thank are the campers. I've often joked in the woods that I could go in the woods and say Kungaloosh to nobody and it wouldn't matter. That equality means we all have a role to play in camp. And the most important role comes from the campers. Thanks, Mike. I don't use tissues. I let the tears roll. Who cares? It's good moisturizer. The campers bring the magic. We may create the environment in which the magic can flourish, but the campers are the ones who believe it and who live it and who make it real. For that, and for all of the amazing potential you have to change this world for the better, thank you. I have a lot of other things I want to share, but unfortunately, now's the time at Princeton Friends Camp when we say goodbye. Though we go our separate ways, we promise not to cry. And even though there's parents waiting, we'll ignore the clock and sing our songs or do our cheers or touch the worry rock. The counselors, Kungaloosh, my friends, as long as we keep spices with us, Friends Camp never ends. So let's join in just one more chorus. Counselors, campers, guests, of all the camps I've ever been to, Friends Camp is all the counselors, Kungaloosh, my friends. As long as we keep spices with us, Friends Camp never ends. Until we meet again, friends, keep making the world a spicier place. I love you all. Kungaloo!